Welcome to Good Deeds. I'm your host. I am Dr. Renee Sunday, and I am the platform builder. So what we do on this platform, we help you shine your light to the world. We want to let you know it's not too late. It's never too late that you can actually be seen, be heard, and guess what? You know the rest. Get purpose if you're not aware. And then we're going to build that platform because people need to hear you. People need to see you. And guess what? It's honorable. And that's what I mean, to get paid, okay? Because when you have more, guess what? You can help other people. Because somebody right now, just think about it real quick. Somebody right now is frustrated. Someone right now is overwhelmed. Someone right now don't know what to do. And we have to keep it 100, as the kids say. Somebody right now may be thinking about hurting themselves or hurting somebody else. So we have to have that greatness inside. Guess what? That greatness needs to come out so other people can be helped. Because that greatness, no matter if it's through song, if it's through spoken word, if it's through your business, guess what? Even through being a mechanic or a landscaper, whatever you do it with the spirit of excellence. Do it with great customer service, and guess what? You're going to make someone smile. You're going to help someone go through, guess what, this journey that we call life. So Good Deeds, all the platforms we do, the radio, TV, the magazine, and the publishing company. And wherever I go and speak, and I do MC or whatever it can be, guess what? I make sure that I actually let you know that you can be seen, be heard, and get paid. Woo-hoo! I have to say that, okay? But we actually want to get to our questions real quick because we have a powerhouse, a legendary in the house, okay? And you know I love doing it because my mom and dad listening. This is what they grew up on. This is what they actually can sing without music behind. We actually have the Drifters tribute with us. But let's get to the question real quick. The question for Dr. Renee this session is, Dr. Sunday, we see you doing, I'm paraphrasing, we see you doing a lot of rebranding. Tell us what branding is, Dr. Sunday, and what that should exemplify. What should people see in us from the branding? Well, yes, we know a big experience happened. If you didn't know about it, Facebook and Instagram did its thing. We didn't have it for a minute, right? Yes, but the thing about it is you need to be able to move people off of the social media platforms and get them on an email list, right? We're so fortunate that we have thousands of people on our email list because we send them information. We send them the things that we're doing. We give them, guess what? We give them discounts on things that we're doing, right? So branding is what everybody else saying about you? But see, people think it's just a logo, think of a website. It's what are they saying about you? But you know what? It starts with you. It does start at home. So do you think that you're wonderful? Do you think that you actually have a service that you can actually help somebody else? I talked about it when we started. Yes, yes, and yes, you do have that. But you have to package it in a way that it actually speaks to your target market. Your target market is the person that wants your services, that needs your services, and guess what? They're the last part, want to pay for your service. So actually, you need to be authentic, you need to be compassionate, and guess what? You need to be consistent. Of course, we can go into a long, drawn-out information about that. But branding is very important, but you have to be mindful of what are you saying, and guess what? What you're not saying and what you're actually doing. That's it in a nutshell. What we do with the questions is I call the person, we have a more of a detailed conversation because there's always something else behind that question that they want to actually get answers and get the next steps of how they can help their life. That's what we have to do. And we have a full house today, and we thank you so much that you listen to us on iTunes, on YouTube, our website, and all the social media platforms. What we're going to do right quickly is we actually want to play one of our drops real quick, and guess what? We're going to bring in none other than the legendary The Drifters Tribute here to actually give us some information of how we can, you know what I'm about to say, don't stop, get it, right? This is Good Deeds, and I'm Dr. Renee Sunday. We'll be right back, okay? Stay there.
This is John Schamberger, founder and CEO of Millionaires Trainings Only. We are proud to support and listen to Good Deeds Live every Mondays and Thursday at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time with your host, the platform builder, Dr. Nate Sunday. So remember, wherever your mind can conceive and believe in your purpose, it can achieve. And don't stop. Get it, get it.
You know I was going to say that. Don't stop. Get it, get it. We thank Mr. John Schamberger, Millionaires in Training, Almost Only. Check out their platform. Amazing radio platform and the different things they do from events, expos, all of that. And, you know, you can send your drop in, too. It goes in a rotation. So a lot of times I had to let you know when you're in rotation, but we actually do that, and we do that for the business owners so they can actually, you know what I'm about to say, be seen, be heard, and get paid. But we actually have none other than the Drifters. You know, I told them I was going to hit a chord with them, but I'm going to actually let them hit the chord, okay? We're going to actually listen to, as we go out of our broadcast, we're going to listen to some amazing, you know, On the Boardwalk. Okay, I'm going to be good. And there goes my baby. You know, many other things. But you know what? What I love to do is talk, actually, to the amazing people that's behind, that actually know. They're going to tell you the real deal about being performers, being in life, and actually being that monumental person that people can glean from to let them know that their purpose can actually be obtained in life. We want to welcome. We actually have the Drifters here with us. From my understanding, my team says we have Mr. White here with us, Roger White, and we actually have Mr. Charles Fowler. Are you there?
Yes. Hello, how you doing, Dr. Sunday? I love that name you got, Sunday.
Well, you know, the thing about it is I have to behave with that name. So I'm learning that I have to behave,
okay? Yes.
Wow. Well, let's get into this dialogue because we have so many people in queue and on listening actually through our gooddeedsradio.com. We're going to talk about just a little favor, and I just said your names, but please introduce yourself and tell us about what your experience have been of being part of the Drifters. It's amazing. And I say I have my parents listen. They on the edge of their seats to just hear and actually what you have to say about that amazing wisdom you have from your experience of being the Drifters.
Well, I tell you, my name is Roger Whitehead. I started out being with the Drifters in 2000. That before Mr. Bill Pinckney died. I came to the Drifters during the gospel. Mr. Pinckney had a gospel group called the Gospel Drifters. And at that time, I was with the Drifters at that time, and I worked my way on up until the doo-wop. But I would just like to say that I tell you, when you started talking about the Drifters, you can go on and on and on and on. Because I tell you, it's a blessing to be a drifter. You know, I heard one of the fellows said in the temptation, once you're a temptation forever. So I would just like to say to you, Miss Sunday, we thank you for this opportunity, for giving us to, you know, express ourselves about the Drifters. Later on, you know, Mr. Fowler will tell you, you know, some more things about the Drifters, about their, you know, oncoming, you know, those one that have gone and passed away. I've been with the Drifters, like I've said, 18 years. I got with them in 2000, and been with the Drifters, touring most across the country and all over the world. Sometimes up, sometimes down. It ain't been easy, but I tell you, you know, I had a chance to travel with them, and I thank God for it. Because, first of all, I came from, you know, one good thing, what I like about it, Mr. Pinckney, he didn't never hide this. He was telling us, you know, that you had to start from somewhere. And he came from a gospel background this Sunday. He came from a gospel background before he became, you know, started out with the Drifters. So that's where I started from. And I thank God and give God the praise. And I want to say to all the groups out there across radio land, all the legendary groups, I don't care who you are, nobody knows superstar, because the only superstar that it is Jesus. We always got to keep him first, even before we hit the stage and before we enter out of the dressing room.
I love it. I love it. And Charles, tell us a little bit about your experience. I mean, I just, ladies and gentlemen, I'm in media, but I always be trying to be up there, trying to background or I told them, don't put me in the front yet. I'm not ready. But tell us a little bit about your experience of just being a part of something that's so legendary. Wherever you go, somebody actually knows about the Drifters.
Well, I'll tell you what, you sound ready to me. Listen, I'll tell you.
Okay.
being the elder statesman of the group, I worked very closely with the late and the great Mr. Bill Pinkney for a long time. He was the last surviving member of the group when he brought me in. And this was like in 1980s when he brought me into the group. And he was the only surviving original member of the Drifters when he brought me in 1980, actually. But I tell you, it's been a pleasure, and it's been an experience that I wouldn't give up for anything, because I've done so many things and been around the world with the group for a lot of years. I mean, I left for a while and I came back. So I wasn't with them from 1980 until now, but I was with them for quite some time. And my friend Roger here, actually with just a little bit of persuasion, brought me back out of retirement back into this. And here I am, Roger and I and the rest of the guys, ready to go again.
I love it. So let's talk a little bit about that, if it's okay, Charles. And we talked about it. Two little points came out about that. So when people say that, I think you've already alluded to it, the original members, they enjoying heaven, and you guys are, I love when people pass the torch and you can continue that legend. I mean, that brings a lot of amazing feeling that you can continue that story, because the young people know about the Drifters, the older people know about the Drifters, everybody knows about the Drifters. So that brings another actually great pride in actually to be able to continue that mantle.
Well, the Drifters has actually a soundtrack of music that will never die. I mean, it's kind of like the music that came out back in 16 and 1700s with Bach and Beethoven. That kind of music will never die. That's what the Drifters created. They created a music that will never die, and we want to give this is a tribute to that greatness. There are other groups of Drifters that exist right now, but because the Drifters is kind of like an organization, and that can be, and they have been done by different ones that are connected one way or another with some of the original guys or someone that was with the Drifters for years and years. People do accept it. They accept the fact that because they love the Drifters music so much, until I've seen people and I've heard people sing the Drifters music that didn't even use the name the Drifters, and they were still a success just singing those songs. So it's been a wonderful experience.
I say amen to that. Let's talk about this, because both of you are saying some amazing things about being resilient and having faith. I kind of know the answer, but I want the audience to experience this. How important as having faith in having faith and, having faith in God, and also being resilient of that amazing gift that God gave you, of voice, of being able to help people forget. Because, one thing about music, it crosses all ethnic backgrounds, all economic backgrounds. No matter where you stay, music is amazing. So tell us about the resilience and the faith that you have to have, and just especially in your position, but just being an artist in the music industry in general.
Okay, Ms. Wonder, this is Mr. Roger Whitehead speaking again. I would say on that point, first of all, God give the first breath, and he take the last breath. And I would say to all of you out there in radio land, regardless who we are and what kind of music that we are doing, God said that, all praises belongs to him. And he said if we open our mouth, he'll speak for us. So a lot of times at night when we travel around the world with the Drifters, regardless if you're the Temptations or who you are, how bad do you think you are, what kind of wars you get, you're promised to go on that stage. I have seen some artists and stuff, some of the best artists around the world go on the stage and they drop dead. So you never know. This, you know, you have to give him, first of all, you have to honor him first. I don't care who you are, because he's, all things is possible with him. Without him, nothing is possible. And I just thank God. I give God the praise for God touching people's heart like Bill Pinkney, all those legends that had gone on and that have set, you know, the right thing, you know, for guys like us to keep the legacy going on, because that, you know, I tell you, you know, you can't get out here thinking when you're all about yourself, because, you know, I tell fellas all the time, all these fellas that we are together, it's all about working together. And that's what we need to do, is work together. Because when you work together, you know, my good book tells me, Miss Sunday, that, you know, a family that prays together stays together.
That's right. That's right. Let's talk about, you know, it's a big thing that's out there with the millennials and the people that's, you know, I always say people with the wisdom, okay, and the things that we need to model. You know, the music industry has, you know, okay, now Atlanta is supposed to be the big film and production, you know, town, and, you know, still L.A. and New York, and, of course, Detroit. We can't forget Detroit. But in regards of anyone, any wisdom you can pass on, either of you or both of you can speak on this, or someone that wants to get in the industry, but they just think that it may be too difficult, or they say, well, I may not have what it takes. What wisdom can you give, especially with the many years you guys have really, truly been a stellar in this industry? Any wisdom for people that want to get into the music industry?
Well, I would say for me, I would say it starts with you know, the attitude. You know, you have to you know, focus. You have to focus on what you need to do and not what you want to do, because this is a business. And you know, some guys they go out there and they make it, and some of them want to make it, and some of them don't know what it takes to make it. But you have to stay, you know, with one another together, and you know, you have to be on point, and you have to first of all take a lot of rehearsal with those legendary drifters like Bill Pinkney, Clyde McFadden, and all those games, Benny King, all those guys. We can just go on and on and on and on and on. Those guys, I was told, went through a lot of guys before they can come out. I can say probably before they come out with the original guys, they can say they went through a lot of guys. Everybody wanted to go to heaven, but nobody wanted to die. So it's like this here, you know, we still working towards that mark. You know, we trying to keep the legacy going and everything. And but the most important thing, I would say, start out with an attitude, and I let Mr. Fowler speak.
Yes. I would also add that if you're trying to make it in the business, if you want to make it in the music business, you have to give yourself a chance. You don't know what you can do until you try it. If you have the talent, and you can't let anybody stop you from doing that. But the thing is the trial. One of the things, the trials of life, you can't let it paralyze your mental resources, because you are equipped, and you should go for it if you want to do that. You know, follow your dreams and keep the faith.
That's right.
Because you can remember one thing: when people are going to talk good about you, and they're going to talk bad, but you need them both. That's what makes a light bulb shine. It will not shine if you don't have the positive and the negative molecules coming together. True.
Oh, wow. See, I'm going to have to use that. I like that. I like that. Wow, that was powerful. Well, let's talk about this. It's one question that was sent in, and it's kind of funny, but I always ask this question as well, because it's one thing of doing a concert in one place, or a performance, or even a birthday party, or a reunion. But when you're doing a tour, you have to actually sing every night. How does that feel when you actually doing a continuous thing, I know you love it, but how do you keep it going? Like when you have a tour that's all over the world and you have to sing every other day or every night. How's that experience?
It is the love of it and the adrenaline that keeps you going, because you do get tired. That's just the bottom line on that.
And being excited.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I think it goes back again to what I said in the beginning of the show. If you're passionate about it, you're actually going to have that drive, and before you know it, it'll be 5 days you toured all over the country, and then you say, wow, we did that. And the thing about it is all your raving fans, they actually have smiled. They actually feel like they can make it. And so it ends up being worth it, don't you think, guys?
Oh, yeah. And, I tell you, Miss Sunday, it's funny how you brought up about fans. And that's another thing. We have to be additional, be professional in front of our fans. I had traveled across the country and all over. And believe me, I have seen a lot of folk have, when they follow the Drifters, and because the Drifters got some big followers, they say, hey, you remember me? And sometime I remember, sometime I don't. But as you want to gain fans and not lose fans, you have to keep a smile on your face. You have to treat, even with little kids. And the most important thing, we have to be very, very careful, not only what we say, Miss Sunday, but what we sing about. You know why? Because that all your fans and most of the folk that is out there, when you are singing and you are singing Under the Boardwalk, you are singing There Go My Baby, Say the Last Dance, all of them know the song better than you do. So you have to be very, very careful of the words and learn the words of the song and know what you are singing about.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love it. But let's speak on to that. In regards of, are you, can people book you now? I mean, are you ready to rock and roll, as the kids used to say back in the day? I'm telling my age now. But are you ready for tours? Are you ready for, even, hey, the old time, the family reunions that we used to have? Are you ready to, get bookings? And how can we actually book you to actually be a part of our event, our tour, and those type of things?
Yes, we're ready to go. We're ready to go like now. We're ready to go for all types of occasions. If someone would like to book us, you can get in contact with Malik Ali. That name again is Malik Ali. MALIK at 222 Entertainment at gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
And that phone number,
that's 221.
Yeah, that's 221 Entertainment at gmail.com. And the number that you can reach Mr. Ali at would be 704-277-0524. That number again is 704-277-0524.
And he'll be glad to.
And he'll be glad to handle any questions that anyone love to talk about booking us. And yes, we are ready to go. We're ready for touring, and we're ready for any occasion that anyone would call us about. We are ready.
We cannot wait.
We cannot wait.
Wow. And let's kind of. Oh, we just had an awesome time chatting, and we could chat all night. But I'm so glad we have the information, and Malik is amazing. He's going to make sure everything's taken care of in regards to how to make your event, your tour. I mean, the things, if you want sponsorship and all that stuff, call Malik. He'll actually get the Drifters to Tribute actually out that they actually could change the world. But let's talk about that as we come to a close here. is when someone actually comes to an event that you are, if they book you for a different occasion and actually be your tour, they be touring in New York, Paris, New Zealand, all these places. What can they expect of having you actually in their midst?
I tell you what, they can expect an experience that actually what the Drifters is really about. With the Drifters' extraordinary track record of songs, and they had an array of great writers back in the day, which you had Burt Bacharach, writers like Carole King, Doc Thomas, who was the author of This Magic Moment. The Drifters is personification, actually, of sophistication, and that's unmatched, and that's what we want to carry on, and that's what you can expect when you come to hear us and when you come to see us, because they have a sound it'll take you back, but yet it'll keep you dancing on the edges of your seats also. That we have up-tempo, romantic love songs, and all of that. And you have to remember that the Drifters was the very first R&B group to incorporate strings in their music. That was groundbreaking. And that's actually what a lot of people don't know that. Exactly. But I used to pick Mr. Pinckney's brain when I traveled with him all the time, and he used to tell me everything.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know we down to the amazing. We don't want to stop talking, but we have to. What I'm going to say just quickly and just get the good deed stuff out the way. You know, I am Dr. Renee Sunday. If you want to contact us at reneesunday.com for, whatever you need. You want to do your own radio show, TV show, magazine, or be a guest, or even have your own radio show. But I wanted to leave this to the end for whomever want to speak on this, Mr. White or Charles Fowler. We actually have in queue one of the amazing songs that like we said, the young people already know the song. Over millions and millions of views on YouTube and all the different radio tracks networks. We have actually Under the Boardwalk. Introduce that song for us, and then, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to play that song, and I'm going to just end the show with that. We're Good Deeds, and I'm Dr. Renee Sunday, but we're going to let them introduce that song, and don't forget, if you miss how to contact them, get in contact with us, and we'll give you Malik Ali's telephone number and contact information. But I'm going to let them end the show with introducing Under the Boardwalk.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Roger Whitehead, one of the lead singers and also manager for the Drifters, along with Charles Fowler. And ladies and gentlemen, now you will begin to listen to one of the biggest hits that the Drifters have put out, Under the Boardwalk.
When the sun beats down and burns the tar up on the roof, and your shoes get so hot, you wish